Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Arsenal Pass. Today we have some classic constructed gameplay for you all. And boy, is it an exciting one because we have Everfest cards in our decks. So I'm going to be playing Briar today, more of kind of like the baseline deck, just to get a feel of where Briar's power level is after the errata and bans, as well as with the addition of a few cards. So I'm playing Revel in Runeblood, Swarming Gloomveil, and I threw in a bingo. So we'll see how that one goes. But other than that, very standard. I am on the Mount Heroic Briar build, which I assume is where you want to be after these bans, but we will see. There was a matchup back in Tales of Aria that I think was a bit misunderstood, and that was Rhinar versus Briar. I actually think that Rhinar could get a decent edge, maybe not 50-50, but pretty close using a specific strategy that Hayden had showed me before. But I think it was a bit underplayed. Had a harder time than the rest of the meta. That being said, I think that the meta's been cracked wide open. So that Rhinar deck is a lot better than everything else, and it's much better into Briar now. But anyway, Hayden, what am I doing talking? Tell me about your Rhinar deck.
Yeah, let's find out. I don't know about all that. I think you might be bigging it up a bit. I think Rhinar had a strategy that, you could implement. I don't think it... I said this in my deck tech and I showed this. I think you could get to like 40% maybe, but it didn't feel great. Hence why I wasn't keen to play it at Nationals. But you know what? I love playing Rhinar. I'm excited by some of the new cards. I'm a little, disappointed by others, but I think we have a few tools to work with and going to showcase some of those today. Got some wild rides in the deck, got some swing bigs. And yeah, just we're going to see what we can do with a Claws Rhinar build into Briar. Let's go ahead and decide who's going to go first, because this is going to change my last card I sideboard in depending on who goes first or second. So would you like odd or even, Brendan?
Even.
Sorry. Alright, it's 5, it's odd. I'll go first. I think I'm not really too keen on seeing anything big from you on turn 1. In that case, I'm going to sideboard this card as my last card.
I love how it was an even off camera, and then he re-rolls an odd on camera.
It was actually a 1. I thought you wouldn't believe me, so I better re-roll. I'm just warming up, rolling some 1s, Alright. Let's get into it. Yeah, so interested to see what happens with the new meta. We're going to try and play a few games with Everfest initially in the first few weeks. This is one of the matchups I think both of us wanted to see. What does Briar do now? What does Rhinar do now? I know, if you're in the comments, drop down, let us know what you'd like to see played. I'm sure we'll get some shouts for Prism. Brendan would love to play some Prism, I'm sure. If not, I'll play it. I think Prism looks very, very good in this format. We've got, what else is looking good? Maybe people want to see some Ninja. Viscerai. We can play some games. Anyway.
I'll play Prism, I just need some time to practice.
Sure. That's fair. Alright. Alright. Well, when you start hot, Brendan, you start hot.
Oh, God. It wasn't even what you just said. It was that like downwards inclination, like right as you drew, you go, wah, and that's when you've got the gas.
Barrage and Beatdown Blue. It's only a blue Barrage and Beatdown, though, to be fair.
Yeah, what's Alpha Rampage coming?
Yeah.
I'll just do that.
Well, don't worry. I'm going to discard this Massacre. So we're going to... Barrage and Beatdown take 1 card, and then we'll take 3 more with the Alpha Rampage.
Cool.
So we're coming for 11.
Sweet. You want to restart? No. I'll take 11. Oh, let me get my life total up.
All right. It's down to 29. Off to a flying start here. Don't disrespect the brute.
Do you remember how we played that Chain versus Azalea game and got criticized because it was a non-game?
Hey, you got an upper battle. You're playing Briar. You've got the boogeyman. All right, I'll pass.
Yeah, 29 plays 40. 40?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Well,
you channel Mount Heroic into 2 attacks.
I do have channel Mount Heroic. But...
Okay, so you're going to fuse a red Bramble Spark by the looks of it. All right.
Yes, sir. And then... fuse.
All right.
So 1 Arcane.
Yep, I'll take the Arcane. This came for 7, right?
Yeah, so you're at 39.
Yeah, just thinking, because... So you can't play the Mount Heroic this turn. And play it. Yeah, you get your one and only embodiment token.
Yeah.
Taking
taking off the chrome sleeve.
I think I have to try and push. This is weird. So I can block out this turn because my hand's only okay. But if I do that, then I know Brendan's just running into a free channel my heroic next turn with a pretty big hand, and I'm not punishing it. Whereas this is looking probably like a 7 damage turn into an extra 4, whether it be blade or the attack, and then probably arseling the channel. And if he doesn't, I'm also with that. So I think no blocks. I think we're just going to declare no defense here.
Sure. Pass.
Yeah, I'll take it. We'll go down to 32.
32. I create a... Never mind. No embodiment.
Yeah, okay. Come in with a 4 rather than the 2 and 2. That's fair. That's old play, though. That's playing for the embodiment that you don't get anymore, you know?
Yeah, so, Hayden, you're totally right. It's so ingrained in my mind because I haven't played this deck since the bannings to play the Lightning Surge to threaten the embodiment. But it is probably strictly better to actually pitch this to Rosetta Thorn.
No defense.
Yep. 28 plus 29.
Yeah.
Pass.
All right. So, going to go ahead and take up my Tunic to start with, and then I'm going to play Sand Sketch Plan. So...
My hand is freaking hilarious. It's so bad.
It's ideally not hit. Well, that's actually okay. Yeah, we're going to get this card. Thinking about getting one of these new cards, you know? Maybe I could get a Swing Big or a... I mean, this big's not terrible. Say I hit one of those. It's less damage though, as much as I would like to, since we have these 2 actions already. Try and use the claws if we can. So I'm getting a Savage Feast red.
Okay.
It's more for the viewers than you, Brendan. All right. I'll roll a dice. How about that? I'll go 1 to 4. Of course, it's a 6. It's the only time I roll 6s in this deck. It's a 3.
Didn't you just roll a 4?
I rolled a 5. Okay, I hit this yellow Wrecker Romp, Intimidate, and I'll have 2 action points. Yep. And a pitch a Wrecker Romp, and play Savage Feast and hit this beast within. So,
Not bad.
What's that?
Not bad.
I mean, that's 1 action point. Beast within triggers Barrage and Bighorn. I'll take 1, so 27 plays 29.
Yep.
Intimidate. Yeah, you've already done it. Yeah, and I'll draw the card.
Yep.
So coming in for 6, 1 action point left. 2 resources.
I'll block for 4. Take 2.
Yeah, you take 2, so 27 each.
Yep. 27 all.
Mandible Claws. 3 with go again. So I hit this.
My blocks.
Take 3.
Yep. 24 plus 27.
Yep. And then bit of a decision here. Yeah, or Mandible Claw again. First 3 with go again.
Sure. Take 3.
21 plays 27.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. I'll just ask on pass back to you.
Cool.
Alright, sweet. 12 damage turn. We took
Alrighty.
12 to do it, so we did have that life lead.
Channel my heroic.
Yep. Put my shocked face on.
Oh, and then swing my blade for 2.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, it's not, could be better.
Yeah, awkward. So you drew the no attack action hand, I'm guessing.
Yeah, no attack action hand and couldn't block last card.
I think we can.
I need that new potion.
Potion. Yeah.
One that lets you shuffle your hand. It's like
Some of the new potions are really good. I actually think one that I'm not playing, but I would consider playing, is the one if you pitch a red card, you get the 2 resources instead. I actually think that's pretty good in Brute. It's yellow. It fixes some of your late games, especially when you're going for Blood Rush Bellows turns or bigger turns. Yeah, I'm going to take 2 here, Brendan. I'll go to 25. 25 plays 21. I'm just engrossed by the Everfest cards, and even as I'm playing this deck, I'm already thinking about cards I would put in and change. Alright.
yeah.
Take up Tunic.
The potions get a little little lost in translation, I think. So they're hard to evaluate.
Sounds sketch.
Oh man.
I think we're coming for a. All right. Oops. Bit of a decision here. That's one of my favorite cards, but it's not always straight up and down which we should be getting. What we're going to do is we're going to get blue Wrecker Romp. I just want the resources with this hand. I've got a few threats that I can use with the 2 action points, and if we lose the Wrecker Romp, we've still got Mandible Claws, which are still reasonably efficient threats.
I'm looking off camera at my other screen because I'm reading the spoiler in my hand.
Oh. Yeah, we are playing with proxied cards today. Everfest out as we record in 2 days' time. Excited for that. Got a few cases to pick up. Excited to the boxes and the packs. I'm just excited. I haven't touched a pack yet. I know you have, Brendan. You got the opportunity to. I haven't opened a pack yet, so I'm excited for that. 1 to 4.
They feel fantastic.
So 3. All right, I hit a Command and Conquer. So Intimidate.
Sure.
2 action points. All right. I'm going to Smash Instinct from Arsenal down to 1 action point and Intimidate, coming for 6.
Okay, coming in for 6.
For 6. 1 action point left. No resources. I know if I'm able to win this game, Brendan, there's going to be some happy Brute fans out there. They've been disappointed with my efforts with Rhinar so far on camera.
I mean, we only started off at 11 life deficits, so I think it's doable. This one.
It's Brute life, baby.
It's Brute life, baby. Oh man.
Yeah, there's some other cards. I just talked about the potion I'm not playing today. I am playing with blue and red Wild Rides. I think that card's really interesting. I'm hoping to see a hand with that. And we're playing Big Swing, which I think is just like a huge upgrade for this deck. But there's some other cards that's worth considering, like blue High Roller, the double Intimidate. I think that's what it's called. Not High Roller. I can't remember what it's called. The double Intimidate card at blue is potentially okay.
I'll take it.
Okay.
For 6?
Down to 15? Sorry, down to 16? Sorry, down to 15.
16, I had.
You're on 21, right?
Yep.
And take 6, down to 15? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's my fault. I also said the wrong thing. I'm going to come in with this Command and Conquer for 6. We'll buy some equipment here.
Potentially. Thought we got rid of the Command and Conquer. What happened?
Had two. Odd. I feel like with the heroic decks, I feel like I still can't purely race. So I feel like there's you need to set up some good hands. Whether that's Blood Rush Belly. Sandscape Spelling is really good, but it's not actually, doesn't usually get you over sort of deficit breakpoints of like 12 damage, which is really important in this matchup. It's hard to get past that 12 damage.
I'll block with both pieces of armor.
Okay. I'll pass.
Sheesh. Tunic 3.
Turn the heat on though.
Alright. It's not Arcanics.
Okay. That's a hit.
Is it good enough though?
Just if you take that Ravenous Rabble, don't hit a blue, yeah? Or do hit a blue, I don't mind.
Yeah, I think the Ravenous may not be good enough here. I have to think though.
Oh, good.
Gosh, it's funny because this is actually a situation I haven't been in before because the new card is relevant.
One thing that's I'm thinking about now that I would usually be thinking about in this turn is like, okay, if I feel like I can come back with a big turn, how many embodiments do I have to be worried about Brendan having? But now, only 1 embodiment.
It is only 1 embodiment.
Posterata.
That is true. So, all right, I'll take that.
Okay, I'll take 1 down to 24 from the Sonata.
Sure. All right. So as you expect. Rabble. Woo!
Alright, so come in for 7.
Yep, a red CMH.
Okay, how much damage can I do on my turn? Potentially, if I go this into this.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you talked about the new card. I don't want to be swayed by that, but it could be Gloomveil, you know, and if he hits here, he's going to get an embodiment, but I don't think I can do anything about it anyway. There you go again. We're just going to take 7 here. Alright, so down to 17 plays 15. Embodiment? Yep.
Embodiment. And a cracked bauble,
cracked
which is
bauble.
actually a swarming Gloomveil, which will only be for 6, because I've only created 1 aura. But Hayden was right. Yeah, I was able to get go again because he took that hit. And there was actually a consideration for me to take the E-Strike, tuck the Gloomveil, and then whatever comes next after that. But I felt reasonably confident with me at 15 that he would
Take it on the chin.
Hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh, now I'm in a situation. So if I take 6, we go to 11. Then you you could also Snapdragon the next attack. This is gonna be a big turn. I'm still worried about like a snatch or something though. I think this is not an on-hit effect. I can't be. We'll take 6 down to 11. Yeah. Ooh. I feel like if we
no trigger.
Oh, and it is. Damn. Okay. If we had blocked the the rabble, potentially we could have avoided that. But my skull cap wasn't on, so it would have required 2 cards from hand, which I just don't think we can give up if we're going to try and win this game.
That was the gamble on my end.
Okay, so you're coming in for 7. Pop for go again.
Think about how nice it would be if I had like 3 embodiments right now.
Nice for you.
Thanks, LSS.
I definitely wouldn't be playing this matchup if that was the case. What's that? 6. Oof. It's close. We'll block with skull cap and pass priority.
Sure, I'll react.
Okay.
So.
Oh, that's devastating.
Well, it was. I had lethal. If you like, it's if you didn't do this. Yeah. So I'm coming over by what 7 here? Or sorry, no.
9.
Is it 8? Yeah. So
you're
9
you're at 11, right? Oh, you're at 10. Sorry, you're at 10. Okay. So you're coming over by 8. That's manageable.
Yep.
Okay, I got a 3.
And Tunic.
Any concerns about Briar not still being viable, I think might be dispelled here. Channel Mount Heroic's still good.
Yeah, not bad, eh?
Can I take the Arcane? How do I win this game? Wow, this feels tough. This deck's still, very, very good. Gloomveil, good card too as well.
I feel like I got a little lucky.
Maybe. I mean, you did brick a turn, and I did hit you for 11 on turn 1, so. But yeah, Channel Mount Heroic is very good. I don't. The question is, can I present lethal on the next turn? I need a little bit of luck to go my way. For that to happen, I think. Look at this. It could though. It could.
Yeah, sorry for the clutter of my board. It happens when we have so many attacks in one turn. Unfortunately, this side of my playmat gets the full chrome treatment, so.
I
feel like I'm inflicting emotional pain on you, Hayden.
You are. Okay, I got a 1.
And then you. Yeah, okay.
I can block the Arcane there, but we lose a card for 2 life, and although the breakpoint's important, it just feels like we can't win the game with that sort of happening. All right, we're gonna go to the Scabskins here.
Oh baby!
All right, I'll take 2 actions. Serviceable.
Sure, not bad.
We use the first one. Savage Feast. Odd, even.
Yep.
Okay, it's odd. Alright, it's pulping. That's, well.
Cool.
Intimidate one.
So, yep.
Me in for 6.
I
have 2 resources up.
2. I'll take 6.
Okay. 9.
Yep.
Three.
Yep, take 3.
Okay. So 3 cards in hand.
Did you just go, still 3 cards in hand?
Yeah, I feel like you have a million cards. It's not fair.
Yeah, it's weird when you don't intimidate my entire hand every turn.
I'll massacre for 8 and intimidate. Let's hope you have 2 no blocks in hand. That'd be, you know.
This is a big one.
Yeah.
Big draw step. Big draw step.
I mean, if you're not dead here, I'm probably just dead because you can probably manipulate your life total down to be at 1 as well. You can lose the middle card there.
That was my most important card.
I feel like it definitely wasn't.
Let's look at what we got here. Okay, so very good, very good. Vector. I will. You're coming in for 8.
Yeah.
6.
True.
I'm gonna block for 5.
Go to 1 as well, and then I'm probably dead since my skull cap's off. Oh, this has been disappointing.
So you came in for 8. I blocked for 5. Shouldn't I be taking 3 down to 3?
Sorry, 3 to 3. Yep.
Okay, I was like, yeah, one side's a little low.
Your turn.
Cool. Well then.
Okay.
This is very, very teensy-weensy consideration here. You're at 1.
I'm at 1. Yeah.
Okay. He's at 1.
It's true, I'm at
1. Do I want to dig an additional card?
I did ask Brendan if he'd let me play into Prism or Old Time or Bravo, and he was like, no.
I honestly thought I was picking the bad deck. Yeah, I have an interesting line that's a bit convoluted. Sure. So talking to the line, and Hayden, you can help us out as well. So we have the blue Earthor Surge, which can function if we don't pay it for Sonata. We can create the Rune Chant and swing the blade. But you have Tunic up, so maybe that doesn't do anything. We can use it to dig for another Sonata, like another card of the Sonata. And then we can still swing the blade. What do you think is the highest EV there?
I think the play is kind of straightforward. I think it's play Sonata, whether you hit or not doesn't really matter. Come in with the Ravenous Rabble and then make a Rune Chant and come in with the blade. It's 2 sources of Arcane, which takes 2 cards from my hand, if not already 3 from the Sonata. I think I'm just dead, no matter what I have in my hand, if you do it that way.
Yeah, so the only consideration to dig with Sonata was to get an X equals 2 here, and then also on the Rosetta requiring you to have 2 blue cards.
But if even just 1 Arcane requires me to have, because I've only got Skullcap, I don't have any other Arcane. So
sure, yeah.
Each source of damage, and the Rune Chant already gives you that extra source, and the extra source is better than the 2 damage from Sonata anyway. Making a Rune Chant is just strictly better.
Is it?
Yeah, because making a Rune Chant buys a blue, whereas if Sonata hits regardless.
Yeah. I forgot about no Arcane.
Yeah.
No Arcane Barrier. Yeah. Well, now I wish I dug another card.
No, you still don't, because it's still better this way.
Yeah, I'm joking. So I whiff.
Sure.
It wouldn't have mattered.
The look. Never do the look. It's always irrelevant.
Never do the luck. Yeah, I was thinking that in the sense that you had Arcane Barrier, which is obviously just me being a silly goose and us playing on webcam. So, sure, we'll play the Ravenous Rabble. Will it reveal blue? It reveals a Revel in Rude Blood. That's a red card, ladies and gentlemen.
That looks like
And
an
it's a new
ice. Frostbite token to me. I don't know what's going on here. I just see Brendan's put some effort into his proxies. You can see my proxies. I've written out the whole card, the cost, what it does. You know.
I just know that nobody's actually going to be reading my card. They're going to be reading the
screen.
Overlay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, it's really helpful because I can just like be like, yeah, that's actually a bingo. I'm joking. I didn't do that.
Bingo. All right. Defend for 3 and 4.
Cool. I'll make a rune chant and swing the blade.
All right. Well, I have to pitch this red wild ride and beast within to prevent the 2 arcane, and then this reckless swing to prevent the 1 arcane, and then I have to block with these 2.
Cool.
Not die, and then it's back to you. Hope
yeah.
You
so the the play line we were analyzing was a bit silly. I was just for some reason I was considering a null rune. Yeah, so I'm just trying to just the null rune.
Right.
Played a non-attack action card and an attack action card. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and make the old rune chant.
Sure.
If I just do it like that, and play Enlightened Strike with Go again.
All right. I'll pitch this blue wild ride to prevent the arcane, and then I'll defend for 6.
Mm-hmm. And then 4.
And then I'll die.
All right, coming into the post-game analysis. First off, I want to thank all the Arsenal Pass patrons. Again, you guys make everything in Hayden and I's life possible. I can't thank you enough. Anyway, heading into the post-game analysis, obviously I was on the Channel Mount Heroic Briar. I had a bit of a stumble there, but I found an early Channel Mount Heroic. I also was able to block with Channel Mount Heroics for 4, which wasn't a lot in the context of last meta pre-errata, but now it feels like a lot. Felt really good. You can see how ridiculous this match would have been if Briar had not been errata. So even no plunder run, just the errata. You saw how much an effect. Yep, ball lightning as well. But you saw how much of an effect that happened. It was like not being able to stack those embodiments. Like Brute really can. They have an ability to swing back and not be extremely punished for taking a hit in order to try to pivot, which was the biggest problem before. I think I got a bit lucky. I mean, obviously there was the one turn where I got a little unlucky. And I had no attack action. So other than that, like really smooth. My Sonata hit when it needed to, and I had the Mount Heroic out. My Mount Heroic turn was massive. And yeah, I mean, Briar's definitely still strong. That being said, I'm not totally sold on Briar's meta dominance in Everfest. Hayden, the Bruce perspective.
Well, first of all, just on Briar, I think it's pretty clear the deck can still do some damage. I mean, that was a 28 damage turn on that Mount Heroic turn. That's a lot of output. I think you've got to still consider Briar as a contender in this metagame. And it's going to cause some issues with some of the perceived maybe dominance of Prism and other decks, especially decks that maybe balance out Prism and Guardians like Brute. In saying that, I think this was a good opportunity for us to showcase. First of all, Briar's still good. Brute, I mean, so obviously get off to a good start, and we put on some damage, but we don't really get much of an overage of damage on our cards, any sort of like uptick in damage. You know, Brendan has a 5-card hand that does damage. We have a 5-card hand that deals 15 damage. So our overage isn't as much, unfortunately. We really need Blood Rush Bellows or like Wild Rides and Pulpings to see that. We didn't get to see them, unfortunately, but you know, we need a lot still to go right for us. I think the matchup is better now that there's not as many tokens to stack, and if Brendan doesn't draw a Channel Mount Heroic in that game, yeah, it's probably good for us and we can win that matchup. But in saying that, I think it's probably still a Briar favored matchup for sure. And you can see some of the reasons why that is in the matchup. But in saying that as well, Brute has a good spot in the rest of the metagame, I think. Prism clearly coming back in a big way. Just won New Zealand Nationals, gets a lot of tools out of this Everfest set as well. which is traditionally a very good matchup for Brute. You've got Old Time, which has been very very strong as well. Which Brute can play well into. The Guardians, just in general, to be honest, Brute can play well into. Just the matchups where you get to use Intimidate effectively is really strong, and a race matchup like this isn't really it, but it was interesting to see if Brute could maybe, with some new tools and with the changes in erratas and bans, could keep up that race. Feels like maybe not quite, but better than it used to be. So yeah, overall an interesting matchup. I'm excited to play some more Everfest stuff. I think there's a lot of decks that interest me now with the changes and Everfest coming out, and I think we'll definitely showcase some more of those, right, Brendan?
Yeah, for sure. On a Brute note, I really hope that either it's through deck building or some sort of strategy tweaks that deck can find stable ground against decks like this. Because right now, with Prism being probably number one for meta contender, like the top plate deck, whatever you want to call it. I'm like getting lost in the sauce there. I want to be playing Rhinar for sure, and especially with some Guardian decks floating around, Ultim decks, whatever it is. I want to be on Rhinar. So this is like, I know Hayden and I are both looking at this deck, for the upcoming ProQuest season. So hopefully we're able to tweak it. But I had a good time, Hayden. We did verify what we set out to accomplish, which is Briar still good. No, just kidding. But yeah, it's definitely not going. It's not going anywhere. It's strong. And maybe we see a pivot back to the Earth version, which is particularly good versus Prism. Anyway, Hayden, yeah, thanks so much, and we'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, I just want to shout out before we finish. Sorry to all the Brute fans out there. I will try my best to get a win with Rhinar. Next time I won't play into Briar. We're playing into Prism or something. We'll make it happen. But I do still truly believe that Rhinar can begin this format. See you in the next one.